Okay, great. So now this is the backbone of our program. You can see there are primarily three files: app.py, mentor.agent.py, and MongoDB mentor.py. Let's look at MongoDB mentor.py. This is the long-term memory. Okay, so basically there are a couple of methods. If these methods are triggered, it will interact with the database, either retrieve data from database or store data to the database. So for example, this one, if the users put their reflection, this method will be triggered by the agent and it will save the user's reflection in a more formatted manner into the database. Okay, so it kind of builds the long-term memory for the agent through Mongo database. And so this is incident and this is reminders. So basically the agent has the ability to classify the request or input from the user and put them into reminder, incident, milestone, or reflection. And at the end you can see there's a get weekly summary, so maybe every week we can pull the self-growth, reflection, or any information the user inputs for the week to just let the user recap what they have achieved or have done for that week. So this is for the database, the long-term memory of the agent. And what about the core part? The core part is here. It's in mentor agent py. It governs all the tools, logic for the large language model and agent framework. So as you can see that we're going to use two platforms. The first one is called LangChain. It's basically an agent framework, and the second one is a large language model. You can use OpenAI or Claude. It doesn't really matter. The reason why I use DeepSeek is because it's cheap, so I just use it for demonstration purposes. And if you're going to use other AI or models, you can also ask ChatGPT to generate the code for you. Okay, so this is reflection tool. So you can see that we have a decorator tool and there's a method. So it's very powerful because when you put the decorator tool, we actually input LangChain tools. It will recognize this method as the tool the agent can use. So if the agent finds that the task given by the user is a bit challenging, if they can't solve it purely with their large language model, it will come to this method, trigger, and use this method to get data and feed it back to the users. So it's very powerful. It will give you accurate data from the database. So for example, it just this method is record reflection. If the user wants to record reflection or share the reflection with the mentor will activate this method, and this method will use the Mongo save reflection function, where that's what we defined here, save reflection function at right here, and we'll save the reflection to the database. So here is the tool, save a personal reflection journey, except this is very important. We need to put the description inside the method so that the agent knows what this method is about and will identify the right method to use according to the user's input. So these are the methods we define for the agent to use, and this is for incident. So it's basically just get incident, record incident, and get reminder, add reminder. So just add information and retrieve the information. So there's full primary data we need to collect: reflection and instant, and then reminder, and then growth tools. This is more like the milestone. Okay. And we have a weekly summary tool. So if the user wants like summarize my week, it will get all the data for the past week and push it to the user. And this is system prompt. So whenever we send a request to the agent, this system prompt will be brought along with the input. Just remind the agent of their role and what they need to do. So the system prompt can be quite long, but it's fine. It's long. Usually the system prompt is just like huge. It doesn't really matter. Just remind the agent of their mission. Okay, and at the end we have agent. I will elaborate on it later. You don't really need to know how to write to it. I will demonstrate it from scratch later, so don't worry. And this is get response from agent. So basically it kind of defines all the function and tools and what the agent needs to do, their role, and we have tools. So we kind of put all the tools we had defined above inside the create agent method. Okay, model is the model we use DeepSeek, and system prompt, yeah, put system prompt. So we define a function here, get response from the agent, and we will invoke the agent response and get put the user input. Next, we will look at app.py. Now it's empty. Basically, it's just a server. So when we run the code here, it will activate the server, run the server. Then we need to define how we want to use Telegram to get user input and feed the user input to our agent right here. Okay, our agent is right here. Okay, user input, and get response for agent will return the message from the agent and feed it back to Telegram. So we will use Telegram here, and we will work on it later. So yeah, so that's just give you a picture of what our project is. And next, I would like to talk about MongoDB setup. Okay, so we need to set up a MongoDB account.